Hi guys, it's Miss Mandy. Welcome back. So, after these few my story videos in my inbox, people coming in my inbox and telling me my inbox is now crowded because it seems a lot of people have so much to tell. A lot of people are going through a lot. You might be seated thinking, oh God, I don't have a 50 kwacha. And people are really going through hell. They're going through a lot. So this came from my inbox. I think maybe because of the last video that we spoke about um, the church issue. So this is a pastor in my inbox, and he has a story to tell, and he needs help. So I feel like for this pastor to come through in my inbox to want help from our comment section, it means the church elders are not helping. They are not helping at all. So I'm just going to go right into reading out his story. So he says, I hope the festive season was great for all of you. I can't say the same for myself though. I don't know if my story will be the first to be reviewed, but I hope you can fast track it so I get some advice from the pastors. Yeah, just like I said, my inbox is flooded, so there's always people like texting like, no, read out my story, because most people probably have some deadlines to when they need that advice. Maybe they need to do something, so it's like it's an urgent situation as well. So he says, I hope I can get some fast track advice from pastors among your followers or elders in the church or religious people from your followers. Forgive me for any grammatical errors because I'm not even thinking straight. No, it's fine. So he says, I'm a junior pastor at a church and had a very embarrassing situation on 26th of December. So firstly, in the spirit of the new year, and because I am saved, let me make one little confession. I fell into a trap earlier around February 2023. February 2022. I backslid and had an affair with my pastor's daughter. So this man is a junior pastor. He's a junior pastor. And he had an affair with his senior pastor's daughter. Okay. So after having an affair for a while, to make things worse, it happened in my pastor's house. I'm not judging, but I can laugh, right? Like, this is my camera. This is my... I can laugh. So he says, it happened in my pastor's house. I was there on a church-related task when my head pastor and his wife went to visit a sick church member. The affair was followed by immediate regret, and I prayed for forgiveness. I am keeping it a secret because the consequences will be harsh, especially because the church supported me in my pastoral school. The past is buried, the only issue being my head pastor's daughter, who still makes advances at me despite me expressing my disinterest. I have made it clear to her that I got married 3 months ago and that the mistakes will never be repeated. Now to the main issue. On the 26th of December, this is what I was waiting for, because I'm like, what happened on the 26th of December? So he says, on the 26th of December, I got a lot of hampers from church members. Usually, I would repack a few and share or pass them on to my spiritual fathers and mothers. I would then get some of them and produce a befitting hamper to send to my head pastor and his wife to appreciate their support. So this year, I had some siblings who came through from abroad coming home, so there was so much to attend to, including taking them to different places around Lusaka. I had planned to come back and add up on 2 of the hampers I had received and send them to my senior pastor and his wife, but traffic was terrible and it was delayed me. So I asked my wife to select 2 of the best hampers I received and send them on my behalf, as it will be inappropriate to miss the church custom. So what he's trying to say is that during Christmas time or during the festive time, he normally receives, like gift packages from the members of his church. And the church is big, so let me say you receive about 30 from different ones. You can't just keep them to yourself. So he says what he does, he would get like the best, pick, select, put them together, and then go and also give to his senior pastor. So in this case, he had relatives that had come. He had relatives that came, and he needed to take them around because they probably just came for that festive season. So they probably had a list of activities to do. So the time he was thinking of taking to the pastor, those other traffic, says there was traffic and he didn't want to miss the day. He had probably told his head pastor that he was going to send a package for them on that day. So he had to tell his wife, Mama Busa, Mama Pastor, kuti showed me the images of the hampers and I okayed it for her to dispatch. So she sent some pictures like, this one is wrapped well, this one is wrapped well. And then he was like, okay, what's up? And then she took them there. So now, the same evening, I had a distress call from my pastor to come over. He sounded unusually cold, but I could not think of what the issue could have been. So I had to go there immediately to know what was happening. As I reached, this was the most embarrassing moment of my life. The hamper I addressed to my pastor's wife had alcoholic wine, chocolate, condoms, and a card with a very note inscription. So he said, okay, wait, before I read what was written in the card, Aish, imagine you send a gift to your pastor and you send him alcoholic wine. One. You send him chocolate and you send him condoms. What? For Christmas? Ish, I can imagine the embarrassment. So let's read what was written on the card. When I see you seated in church, I always address you in my head. Okay. And want to have more of you. Can I have you for one more night before February? So he says the pastor and his wife kept asking him who sent the gift. This is a question I have not been able to answer, he says, till to date. There's just too much at stake. If I come clean, all hell will break loose. The church will suffer, I will suffer, and so will my marriage. My inability to respond just keeps growing the tension, and he is still expecting a response. I'm not even able to eat properly. Luckily, we started fasting. Okay. Luckily, we started fasting for a month, so my wife can't detect the changes, but deep down, it's eating me so much. I either tell him the truth or I keep him thinking I made advances at his wife. This will be injurious to my faith and my pastoral journey. Please help me. We are having evening services tomorrow and I fear for the worst. How can I fix this, please? So, I've never been a pastor before. Neither have I been a church leader before, but I've been a Sunday school teacher before. But, why do people why do bad things happen to good people? Because you have this much respect, this much authority, and stuff like that just happens. This is why most people label the church as being hypocritical. They label people in church as being hypocrites because we are quick to judge other people, forgetting that we all make mistakes, forgetting that we all sin. This is why we have a lot of people that actually don't go to church because they feel like, no, the church is too judgmental. So I'm trying to understand from this conversation. He said he was seeing the pastor's daughter in 2022. And he got married 3 months ago. So that's December, November, October. So it means he got married in October. So him meeting up with the pastor's daughter was like a year ago. Months ago before he got married. Oh, okay. Okay. I see where this is going. I forgot. I thought people just meet each other and get married. But the issue is he was probably dating his wife for quite some time. So he probably cheated on the wife. Okay. Makes sense. But now, this is a hard situation, because I don't think you have to explain to the pastor who sends that to you. It's become tricky because this person mentioned in their letter that you guys have had this stuff before. But if I was you, I would literally tell them, I don't know who sent this. This is probably just someone trying to ruin my marriage or anything. Because when you come out and tell the pastor that you slept with his daughter, you can confess your sin to God. I don't know about confessing them to your pastor. because but have you communicated with the daughter? Have you spoke to her? Have you told her what has happened, what she has done? Because now it's not about you, because you might want to come out clean, but what of the other one? What of her? What will happen to her after this? But I feel like this issue is too big for me. It's so big for me. So I hope we have some church elders, we have some religious people, we have some wise people in my comment section. Please, let's help the pastor out with this situation. He says he only has a few days, and he has a few days till he only has a few days for him to go and explain. So from whatever that people are going to comment, he will take what he needs to take, and he will know what to do. Let's help the pastor out with his story. Bye.